Hello again, Windsor residents. This is Dr. Jess here from Halsa Windsor. Just reaching out to you. This is the second part in some videos that I've been making for you guys to make sure that you're looking after yourselves while you're working from home. So my disclaimer at the beginning, I'm not a personal trainer. This is not a workout video. What this is just teaching you how to listen to your body more so that you can get the most out of whatever exercise you've chosen to do from home. I said, I am super proud of you for doing any kind of exercise at all. Movement is really key, but I just want to make sure that you're not injuring yourself so that we don't have a whole lot of repair work to do when everything opens up again. Also, if you cause an injury, sometimes being in pain through the period of our undefined quarantine could be pretty unpleasant, so I don't want that for you either. So what I'm going to be looking at today is how to listen to your body when you're doing core exercises. So as I mentioned before, I'm not a personal trainer, but I do have 15 years of anatomy experience, 9 years worth of long distance running experience, and 5 years worth of dance experience. So I understand how your body works, and I'm pretty in tune with the signals that you should be looking for when you're doing these kind of workouts, whatever level you're at. If you're really basic level stuff and you're just starting to get into this, these are some good little tips of things to look out for. If you're really advanced, great, this might just help refine your form. But what I want to make sure of is that you're not hurting your back, because the people that have reached out to me during this time, the most common thing has been injuries. So the biggest thing that I want you to remember when doing any kind of core workout is that if you're doing something that is designed to target your core and you get pain in your lower back, stop. Stop right there and there. That is not the kind of pain that you need to push through. I know some kind of muscle pain requires a little bit of mental resilience so that you can get the full effect. If you're getting lower back pain, your abdominal workout is no longer working. Simple as that. So what we want to do, core workouts are great for protecting your back. So if your core starts to fatigue, which may unfortunately happen very early on in your workout if your core isn't strong, and that's okay. You're still aiming to strengthen it, so good on you. 2 thumbs up. And even just the act of focusing on your core means that you are starting to develop neural pathways to getting that muscle stronger. So please don't be disheartened and try and push through anyway and blow out a disc, and then we've all got a whole lot of work to do when we open back up again. So, like I said, if you're doing a plank, a push-up, mountain climbers, any other kind of abdominal workout and you get a sore lower back, that's the time to stop and to reposition. If you reposition, which I'm about to show you in a moment, and you've still got pain in your lower back, that exercise is done for today, my friends. Sorry about that. Just because that muscle's not firing anymore. You're no longer firing your abdominals, you're just putting pressure in your back, and we don't want to do that because that is how we get extra pressure on the discs that sit between the joints. No good. So that is the biggest thing to look out for. I'm going to show you some very basic form exercises if you're new to any kind of core workout. Like I said, if you're following along with some kind of online trainer or yoga instructor at home and they have a variety of exercises for you to follow along with, great, go follow them. They're probably amazing at it. I just want to make sure that you know what to look out for, because unfortunately, we're not working out with our friends, we're not working out in the gym, so there's no one to spot us. We don't have a teacher to let us know when our form's off track, so we've just got to learn a bit more about our body so we know if our form's off track. So here are some tips on how to look after your lower back when you're doing planks, push-ups and sit-ups. Right, so in the interest of teaching you guys a little bit more about how to listen to your body, I'm going to show you some of the basics that you should be thinking about if you're doing any kind of planking work. This will also tie in if you're doing any kind of push-ups as well. So first tip, as I said before, just remember that if you're getting signals from your lower back, if your lower back's in pain, it means that you either need to reposition or your core is done for that workout and you need to give it a break. As I said, even if you're activating it a little bit, that's okay. It means that you're strengthening it. While I show you this plank, I'm not recommending any kind of time frames for how long you can hold it. I just want to make sure that when you give it a go, if you're giving it a go, you're looking after your body properly. So here are the few little tips that I want you to look out for. So first of all, so that you're looking after your upper body, and if you watched my video yesterday about how to activate the muscles between your shoulders, this is super important for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to have hands underneath shoulders. We're going to have knees underneath hips. So if you're someone who is fairly confident in their core ability, fantastic. What we're trying to do is we're trying to bring the bone at the front upwards and your rib cage down so that you're switching this kind of muscle on. That's the muscle that protects your back, and you can see that when you do that action, my pelvis tips under and that stretches out my lower back. What we don't want is a collapsed back where everything's starting to put pressure through here. You're not working anything and you're probably going to do some damage. So we want hands underneath shoulders. If you've got a strong core there, you can get up on your toes, and we want you to keep your hips down and you're tucking your pelvis under. The other one to remember is activate those muscles between your shoulders, much like we worked on doing yesterday, because if you're collapsing down through here, potentially you're going to hurt your neck, your wrists, your shoulders. The other one is to make sure that the little creases in your elbows, if they're buckling out here, which I'm seeing a lot of this online right now, again, you're going to lose some strength and possibly damage. Turn those little creases forward. Now, as you can see, I'm wobbling a bit. I'm not a plank expert, but I do know how they're meant to work. What I do want you to do is, if you find that you're getting lower back pain, you can do this on your knees. And in doing that, you can actually still activate your core just as effectively. And as you get more confident, work up to what I was just doing. So if you've got your hands underneath your shoulders, elbow creases forward, shoulder blades together. What you can do now is to stay on your knees and lean forward. If you can feel that little bone at the front of your pelvis coming up and your ribs coming down, so your belly button's going towards your spine, awesome. You're activating your core, and this is way more effective than trying to do something that's going to cause you damage. So those are my little tips for planking. The other one is for sit-ups. Really basic stuff. Again, if your back hurts, it's time to stop. Now, there are many different kinds of sit-ups and many different opinions on the right sit-up to do. I am not here to have that argument with you, personal trainers. All I am here to do is, again, just show you guys how to listen to your body, and you're going to work out what level is right for you as you go along. For example, if you're someone who's doing crunches, a big thing here is to make sure that you're looking after your neck. As soon as your head starts to jut up, you can already see the pressure I'm putting down through those joints. A good little tip that I use if I'm ever doing these kind of exercises is tongue to the roof of my mouth. So in doing that, I actually activate the muscles at the front of my neck, and it's a lot safer when I lift everything up, and I can lift it up as a unit. It's hard to talk and put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, but that is a good way to protect that one. If you're holding something a little bit higher, for all the people undertaking yoga challenges, for example, like a boat pose, again, what you want to make sure of is that you're bringing that pelvis towards your ribs, so you're protecting that and you're stretching your lower back. Anything that you try and hold when you start to bow out is going to start to cause you problems. So again, it's much better to modify a position. So for example, if you were here and holding your legs, but keeping your back supported, much more effective than trying to do one of these with your legs out and everything's wobbling and you're rounding out your lower back. So again, really simple tips, not about trying to get you to be elite level at any of these, but if you're listening to your body, you have a much better chance of getting more out of the workouts you're doing at home. So thank you for that. Look out for my next video tomorrow.